All right. Welcome back. Thank you very much for tuning in and keeping it here on KUTV Kenya's Rise Today. This is Biashara Tuesday, hashtag Biashara Tuesday. Mambo ya biashara, my friend. Mambo ya business, making money and creating a good environment for ourselves. Of course, we cannot make money if you're not existing in an environment that looks like it's going to make money, yeah? But your worth comes from where you are, how you are conserving your environment, how you're navigating, how comfortable you are, also to have a clear headspace and ensure that kila kitu iko sawa as you try and make money, as you try and do biashara. Also that your biashara is taking care of the environment. Don't be that guy who's just setting up business and anachafua everywhere. But to put perspective in that rambling that I just had, sitting here down with CEO, right? CEO Busuru mwenyewe here, yeah. Kang for Nature. I thought it's King for Nature, but I'd love to know how that came up, of course, in trying to name your company or your organization and the kind of efforts that you're involved in. But first of all, welcome to the show. I'm really glad to have you here.
Thank you so much.
You can do a short introduction here before we get into the depth of it.
Oh, thank you for having me. My name is Collins Busuru. I'm the CEO and founder of Kang for Nature. Kang for Nature is a youth-led environmental group based in Nairobi. The reason we call ourselves Kang is because we believe we are a force of nature. So whenever we come together and make an impact, we usually say Kang Kang. Yes, so yeah, that's just to indicate that we are a force of nature, and we are here to protect and conserve our environment.
Right, you're here to protect and conserve the environment.
Yes.
What kind of efforts is Kang for Nature involved in that are pointing towards that conservation and protection of the environment?
So we majorly focus on two areas. We focus on wildlife protection, and also we focus on advocacy and environment conservation. Yeah.
So how do you do your advocacy, and how have you done it so far? Has it yielded efforts?
Yes. So sometimes we do it on social media, but we also believe in action. So that's why we hold a lot of activities in Nairobi National Park, Karura. Yeah. For instance, we are having a week-long volunteership program in Karura, beginning yesterday. We began yesterday on Monday, and it's going all the way to Saturday.
Right.
So apart from advocating on social media, on Twitter, and trying to inform a lot of people, we also try to go on ground and make an impact.
Right.
On that.
I was looking here at your social media, and you are aiming to make Kenya the SI unit of conservation while creating a network of peer support and cooperation to leave our environment better. So I understand the peer support is involving the youth mostly, who are your peers, our peers.
Yes.
What is the role you would say is what is the role that youth are playing right now, especially now that they are the majority of the demographic, in ensuring we have a better future, a better planet for us?
Yeah, so the youth play a really great role, especially having in mind that whatever that we have right now is there because of the people that came before us. So for us, we need to protect it. We need to protect this rich heritage that we have, especially when it comes to wildlife, because it's not our resources to use. It's something that we have borrowed from our children, you get. So we need to protect it for posterity, and having in mind that we are the youth right now, and 20 years from now we will be the one in charge. It's time we now take charge, and it's time we take charge by action. It's time we come together and we make great efforts to make an impact.
Conserving the environment is a very thankless job, I would say. no one really seems to appreciate this kind of efforts. And as you mentioned, there is a volunteering exercise campaign that is going on in Karura that you're conducting for a week-long volunteering. No one is going to pay you to do that. You're going to just conserve the environment and clean it up for other people who are the ones who are making you clean it in the first place. How do you do such a thankless job, and how would you motivate someone to get into such kind of initiative, to push themselves without looking for any validation or any reward whatsoever, or material reward, as we would put it?
For me personally, I usually believe that in this life, everyone comes with a single purpose. And for me, my purpose is to conserve the environment, and it's a passion. It's something that you wouldn't pay me any amount to stop doing, because I believe as much as I'm here and I'm doing it for myself, the children that will come after me, or rather the generation that will come after me, they will be grateful for the efforts that we are doing, and also having the fact that we were put in this world by God to also protect his creation. So I would motivate anyone at home that you don't have to get paid to make a difference, and you don't have to do such a mighty thing also to make a difference. You can just begin at your homestead, you can begin with your friends, you can begin just by your habits. Change begins with you, and the rest will create a ripple effect. So you don't have to seek reward. Reward will come naturally. Also, another thing I've noticed is when you give to nature has a very unique way of rewarding you, and it rewards you in a way that money can't. It's powerful, and try it out. I challenge every viewer at home
to try it out.
Try make a difference in your environment, in your institutions. You'll see how nature will provide for you. You won't have to seek more.
Definitely. What kind of partners do you have at Kang for Nature to ensure that you are pushing this advocacy to the people?
So first of all, I would really like to thank Kenya Wildlife Service. They have been really grateful. Every time we approach them with the project, they are always welcoming. They are always trying to help us in every way. I would also love to thank Dr. Winnie Kiru specifically. She's been one of our mentors and has been holding us all through. She's the founder of an organization called Conservation Kenya. Jim Justice Nyamu, Sam Dindi, Tony Wild. So I'm just mentioning people who have really hold our hand all through. I would really love to thank them.
What role do your partners play in this effort?
So apart from guidance, because in this field also it has been highly controlled by whites. So for a black person to come into this field, usually you need a lot of guidance, you need a lot of help. So they have been really of help, both financially, on when it comes to advice, also when it comes to opening doors. So for example, when we went to Kenya Wildlife Service, Dr. Kiru really helped us out to get into places where we can now partner with Kenya Wildlife Service to create change. And now with them, you would like to you're celebrating 75 years with them? Since the inception of Kenya Wildlife Service. No, Nairobi National Park.
The Nairobi National Park.
Yes.
All right. The Nairobi National Park is celebrating 75 years.
Yes.
That is good. Those are very many years. Now, what kind of efforts or what kind of activities are you going to be doing in celebrating this?
So actually it's the first national park in Kenya, and so the reason we feel so obliged to celebrate, first of all, I just have to mention, is because we feel when the time will come when we will celebrate 100 years, we will be the one at the helm of these institutions. So we feel we need to start taking action right now. So for that, we're going to be doing a cleanup. Actually, we are doing a cleanup right now. I have a team there at Nairobi National Park
at this moment.
All right. So I'm leaving here and heading there straight away. So we have a team that will be doing a cleaning of the cages, just helping out in any other way. Planting of trees, making sure that the trees are properly watered and everything. Then as we build up to the main event, which will be on 11th, that is on Saturday. All
right, those are great efforts. Now you're doing this, putting into consideration the fact that a lot of Kenyans who I will, without fear call, for lack of a better word, fools, who go into these national parks, into Karura, into some of the natural, well-conserved places that we like to enjoy, the environment, to enjoy the greenery that is Kenya. But they go and litter, have fun, do the activities, drink, eat, and then you'll find litter all over. I think they are waiting for someone to come and clean it up so that they come and say that we have such a clean space to have fun at. How do we solve issues? I think they're the ones who should be caned, not students in schools. How should we solve such an issue of hard-headed, stubborn people.
Yeah. Okay. First, I would like to commend the government. So the government banned entry into parks with single-use plastic. So that one has greatly reduced. But I think the main important is actually changing the ideology and the mindset of people. When people realize that when you go to the park and litter, the next time you go back there and find that litter, you wouldn't be able to have the same fun you did. So that's part of the things, just trying to educate the masses, because change of the mindset will actually go a long way. It will change a generation.
Right.
Yeah? So punishment works, but I believe just changing the mindset of people through educating them, through showing them why it's important.
Right.
That I believe is what will create a ripple effect and change generations.
What kind of pollution is the one you hate the most?
Oh wow.
There has to be one. I
Plastic
personally
pollution.
Plastic pollution.
Personally,
I think river pollution in whatever
pollution.
in whatever in whatever water pollution, right? Water pollution of rivers.
Yeah.
Water pollution of rivers, because I'm really focusing on rivers, especially the Nairobi River, which is a very sad state, is in a very sad state for such a long time. Very minimal efforts to clean it up, and I don't know what we'll do to solve it. But what were you saying? What yours was?
Oh, I was saying plastic pollution. Okay, the reason I'm saying that is because it influences almost all aspects of our environment, from rivers to wildlife to land, all areas. Yeah. So I think plastic has played a really huge role in destroying our environment. And the moment we crack that menace, it will really create a great difference.
And now we have masks all over.
Another one.
Right?
Yeah.
People are just putting on masks and throwing them on everywhere.
Yeah.
Looks like we are trying to pretend that we care about the environment, but we are putting on masks that we've been putting on our whole lives, right? That mask of not caring about the environment, looking like you don't care, or looking like you care and then you don't really care. But still, that is what is happening right at the moment. So we have to change the mindset. That's what you're saying, to ensure that we're changing the mindset. But now, the government, in other efforts, is not only changing the mindset, but is introducing punishment. I said I'd love for it to be caning, but for them, it's 20,000 of fine. As you can see, I was here in the morning on the newspaper review earlier on. I was taking a look at the headlines on the Business Daily, and on top there is that homes and households are going to households and business owners are going to be facing 20,000 in fine or 6 months in jail for failure to separate degradable and non-degradable garbage in legal changes that are aimed at curbing environmental pollution. This is in the Sustainable Waste Management Bill 2021, and if that passes in that new clause, it will compel everyone to have green bins, which will be used in collecting organic waste, while blue and yellow bins will be used for dry and special waste, respectively. You can get this story on page 4 of the Business Daily. Are these good efforts?
Yes, they are good efforts. I must commend them, because they will help, especially when it comes to separating the garbage and also recycling, because now we are going into a holistic way of recycling, where everything that we pick is actually put back to use. But what I will challenge the government is, once they pick the garbage, let's not use the same old method we have been using, where we pick and go dump it in Dandora,
right.
And then it ends up in the rivers and then comes back to where it all began. So I will I will say it really work, but also if they would implement the afterthought, where after collecting they ensure that whatever has been collected,
so that we don't have a situation where we have separated litter from the house, but then it gets to Dandora and it's mixed up.
Exactly.
So, it's a zero-sum effort game.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So definitely some of those efforts. So we'll be waiting to see whether that goes into law and how that is going to affect your business and how you can help yourself get some of those green and yellow and blue bins to separate your household waste in that Sustainable waste management bill that is being reintroduced, a new clause there. Now, as well, the government or the ministry that is headed by one Honorable CS Najib Balala is putting a fine or a fee of 1 million bob, if I got that correct, to take photos of wildlife at Masai Mara. You are not going to be allowed to take photos of wildlife in Masai Mara unless you pay 1 million bob. I don't know what kind of I'd love to, from a wildlife conservation point of view, I'd love to hear your point, your view, and how you feel like this is going to affect creatives, although this is also not something that you're concerned with, but what do you feel?
Concerning that, because I kind of understand where this is coming from. Currently, our parks are really not having a lot of funds. The funds being collected from the parks are not much, and we have great photographers which are doing a good job, but they come take great photos, end up selling those photos for millions of dollars, and none of that is refunded back to the economy.
Right.
Yeah.
So you feel like it should go back to. So
I feel they should put it in such a way that for local content creators should be different from international content creators. But I believe the fee is important, right? Because the moment these parks close, there won't be anyone going there to take photos.
All right, so I've gotten information. It's not CS Balala. Apologies to the Honorable CS. It's the Narok County Government, the Finance Act of 2019-2020, and these are their new rates. I've received that copy here. Cinematography, filming, recording, video, and photography. The difference they're putting there, the difference between all these things, the procedures of filming application, and the rates here. I'm saying if you're between 1 to 5 persons, cinematography, you have to pay 60,000 bob per week, right? And 100,000 bob between 6 and 20 persons per week, and over 20 people, 200,000. Hizo zingine, filming, recording, video, and photography are different from cinematography, and those ones will be charged 1 million bob per week, not 1 million bob for whatever length of time. And if you're above 10 people who are doing this filming and photographing, 1.5 million. If you're above 11 people, I am so sorry, it's going to be 5 million for you to get any of that. Ensure that filming fee is paid in full to Narok County Revenue Account for you to obtain a letter of permit. I'd love to know your reactions. We've already gotten yours, and I think they are valid. I feel like we should be getting some of this money back, considering the fact that some of these things win awards, National Geographic Awards, win a lot. But I'd love to hear your feedback on social media. If you're watching this on Facebook at KUTV Kenya, at Richard_Okenye. That's what you guys already. That is what is happening. That is what you guys are going to be facing there in Masai Mara. Now, you have something that's coming up in December. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So again, as I had mentioned earlier, we believe that the youth have a really great role to play. That's why I'm going to call out everyone who's watching this. On 11th December, we will be celebrating 75 years since the formation of Nairobi National Park. We are calling on every youth, come, we are going to do a cleanup. So we are going to begin and do a cleanup around the park. Then we're also going to set up signposts and garbage points so that anyone alighting from a matatu in Galleria, instead of looking for a bin or just throwing it down, you can have a place where you can throw it. Yeah.
Nice.
So we have a great plan. If interested, please contact us at Kang for Nature. So we're going to go on Saturday from 8 a.m. It's going to be a cleanup up to around 12 a.m. Then after that, we're going to arrange for a game drive inside the park, so that we just embrace and love our rich heritage, which is our wildlife.
Superb. How can they get you on social media?
So we are on Twitter, Kang for Nature, YouTube, Kang for Nature, Facebook, Kang for Nature, Instagram, Kang for Nature. That's KANG for Nature.
Right. So to join this initiative, Is it going to cost anyone any money?
Yes. It's going to cost 900 shillings. So the amount is we're going to use the amount to set up the bins, to try and also set up points of collection, because after setting up the bin, also somebody has to go and pick that garbage and dispose it well.
With a common point of collection.
Yes, exactly. So it's only going to be 900 shillings, but come and enjoy. It's a family event. You can come with your friends, kids, anyone. Come and enjoy. Let's have fun and create change, because just like Wangari Maathai said, we need to be the hummingbirds. We need to create change, no matter how simple and small it is. It will create a ripple effect that will make a great difference.
All right. That is great. Of course, that is what they are doing there in Kang for Nature, a youth-led environmental group that is based in Nairobi, Kenya, involved in wildlife and environmental conservation efforts. And as I said, I've been here having that conversation for quite some time. Up to this point, it's interesting to see that more young people and of course more initiatives are being done to ensure that we're protecting our wildlife and we're conserving the environment. That was CEO and founder of Kang for Nature, Collins Busuru. You can get them across social media at Kang for Nature. As you can see it on his shirt, it's written beautifully there, Kang for Nature. A very beautiful shirt there. You can get to see them in that celebration of the 75 years since the inception of the Nairobi National Park, the first one in Kenya and in Nairobi, the city under the sun. Kang for Nature, you can see it there. Get them on social media and join those efforts. 900 bob. Go set up on the 11th of December. Join them as they conduct that cleanup of the Nairobi National Park, and they'll be doing a game drive. Cleanup equipments will be there, lunch, transport, park entrance, and much more. You're going to have fun. It's definitely going to be one very important initiative towards conserving and showing efforts that the youth are doing to keeping the environment clean and protecting our future, right? Thank you very much, and I hope you go to COP27.
Definitely.
It's going to be just up here in Egypt, as per the information I've received.
I hope so too.
All right, thank you very much, and I hope we get to have you here again.
Yes, definitely.
Right, now I am leaving you guys with a technology segment of the day, that is Tech Voice. It's time we take a look at a bit of technology and how you can use it or how you can avoid to use it to keep yourself safe. But after that, I'll be coming back to continue this conversation that we're having here on Biashara Tuesday. Remember, it's matters of business, politics, the economy, and everything in between. I'm coming up with politics. We've had the environment and how it's affecting business. I'm coming up with politics next with Ngoire Migwi and Dr. Susan. Both are Susans. One is a doctor, one is a political scientist. But we'll be having them on set here, the two Susans, S squared, here to discuss matters of women in politics. What is the role of women in politics? What kind of efforts, what kind of challenges are there? And how do we ensure that more efforts are being done to ensure we get women in politics and leadership? And why should we even do that? So don't miss out on that. Engage me across social media, and then I'll be back with more. Don't go too far.